God created the world with two powers. It says BERESHIT, BERESHIT, two beginnings, and Baraturim says also Barashtei, he created two. So two what? Baraturim says Torah shebichtav, Torah shebe'al peh. When we go to the root of the matter, what are those two beginnings? And what are those two components that God created? Is male, female. Also, as soon as he created Adam, the thing that he tells us about Adam is Zachar nekeva barausam, right? I'm making in my image, what? Zachar nekeva. Very interesting. So, what's the secret? The secret is that our entire life is learning to balance the male and the female. We were created male and female originally, and we didn't know how to harmonize it. Just like the two choices that we had two choices: Etz HaChaim, eating from the trees in the tree of life, or eating from the tzadas, male, female. And we kept choosing male. We kept not giving importance to the female. And this world, very much until today, is very much focused on the male power. The male is the strong. The male is the potential. The male is the. But the truth is that the male is not more powerful than the female. Actually, the male needs the help of the female. And there's potential busha in that, a shame that I need a helper. Adam HaRishon didn't ask for a helper. It's God push him to. He didn't want a helper, but he realized that he needed something. Hashem was pushing him, was showing him all the animals that he needed a helper. Why you didn't choose Hashem? We say Melech Ozer Moshe Magen. He was supposed to choose Hashem as his helper, as his soulmate, but no. There was too much ego. It was not good for man to be alone, because he's gonna think he has to stay alone, and he was not alone. God was here. So Adam's challenge was to be focused on his male and not wanting to humble himself and use the female. Understand that you have to be female too. Asking help from God is allowing yourself to be female. The female part that Adam was not male or female. Adam was male and female, but he was only giving kavod or importance to his male part. That's the ego of the man. So God created two powers, male and female, light and darkness, spiritual and physical. Everything we keep seeing is one and the other. Interestingly, Hashem makes the day start with night. Why does Hashem make the day start with night? Because night represents female, and the day represents male. We have the light and the tzimtzum, the kav yashar and the eagle, right? The light and the vessel. So the beginning of the Jewish day is, hey, the daylight light is great, but what I want you to do is to pay attention to female and learn to be female. Learn to have a relationship with me. And if you cannot do it on your own, I'm going to have to put you in exile. And therefore, I want you to focus on night first. The Jewish days start with Yaakov going into exile, start with night. Can I get Yaakov? And therefore, we're confronted with exile, with darkness, with pain and suffering, so that finally we can say, help, Hashem. Melech Ozer U'Moshiach Magen. Hoshiana, na Hashem Hoshiana, help us. Ezer Knegdo. Oh, you have to ask for help. Hashem is your mate. Hashem is your soulmate. is your ezek enegdo. So we're confronted with that. This is what we are here for. We're here to learn how the male-female relationship is about. Our entire matrix code of creation is 1 and zeros. The whole binary, the whole computer is a binary code, 1 and zeros. This is the matrix. And we need to unplug and wake up, understand that every interaction I have can be male or female. I have a male body, and some people have a female body. But whether I have a male body or female body, that's the start. Like, some people, like you said, the start. I'm gonna start my day with day. I'm gonna start my day with night. Some people study Torah Sheba'al Peh, and they grade Torah Shebichtav. But you need to study the other part. Some love the physical pleasure, some love the spiritual pleasure, but it's not enough. You need to have both. You need to balance it. They need to work hand in hand. You're not here to be physical, you're not here to be spiritual, you're here to be a combination. Our entire challenge is to learn relationship, communication. The Arizal says, why Moshe is going to show us? He's going to show us how a real male and real female look like. He and his wife is going to show us the perfect balance. He's going to have the Neshama Yechida, the 5th level of Neshama, called unity, one. What's oneness? What's oneness with your spouse? So we are here in exile and in the world, and we have to deal with the Jew. The Jew's job is to start with darkness, right? Lagid baboker chasdecha ve'emunatcha balelot. So in the day you see clearly the goodness, and that's easy. What's hard is the female part, the more hidden part, the pnimius, the soul that is hidden, is emunat chamelot. That's what we need to express, learning to be female, learning to understand that there is a process hidden inside, learning to recognize God in the physical and the material that is hiding. We're like in the womb, Hashem's rechem. We're trying to connect to the rachamim, that is part of Hashem's rechem, which is the tzimtzum. So this is a process. This is slow. This is trying to get in touch with reality in this world, trying to give birth to the egg and produce something real based on that work, that process. The male is something fast, instant, is zera, it's very quick, it's a giving, it's external. It's not the brain, it thinks quickly. The belly, the rechem, the heart, its emotions is slower, it takes time, it takes process. So we're here and always between the potential and the reality, between the spiritual and the physical, between the past, the potential, the quantum world, and this world, the physical world, the material world. All this is reflected in the sphirot, in the 10 sphirot. Is the male sphirot and the female spheros. There's the male name of Hashem, Yud Kei Vav Kei, and the female name of Hashem, Elokim. Elokim represents nature, and which is female. And then Yud Kei Vav Kei represent the transcendental. This is male, potential, quantum, transcendental. So this is what we are to do. We're trying to learn how both works. You're male, learn how you work as a male, learn what it means to be male. But if you're male, you have a priority to learn about the female. Focus on the female, because you might put female down. If you're a female, you got to focus on the male, what it means man. Don't put men down. Unfortunately, men have been putting women so much down that now the female movement. Why need a female movement? Because men don't know how to treat women. It's an exile that started from the beginning. Why was Eve alone in Gan Eden? Why did he change her name after? He didn't see her value. Before, it was just an extension of him. After he realized he was the Em Kol Chai, she is giving life to the world. She's She's the other side of the name. He's Yud, Ish, she's Hey. She's gives reality, she gives fruit. The world was created with the Hey. The woman has the Hey. With the woman you can create a home, a world, a baby. So that's what we're trying to get back to. We're trying to get back. What's the goal of the human being? Is to go back to be male and female, balance male and female. Why are people struggling so much today? Am I male? Am I female? I feel like a female. I feel like a male. We're completely disoriented, unbalanced. You can be whether you're male or female. You have to be both. But you have to respect the physical of who you are, and you have to respect the internal that you are. It is this male-female internal, right, and there's male-female external. So we have to respect those two things and learn that the internal has to be in harmony with the external. My body has to be in balance with what I feel inside, just like the soul has to be in balance with the body. So the balance is creating love. The balance is creating Torah shebichtav, Torah shebe'al peh, unifying the Torah, the two luchot, the two sides, and the first and second luchos. Adams, the Aleph and Dams, putting them together. Marriage, Nisuin, Yud Kei Vav Kei and Elokim, putting them together. Doing Kiddush Hashem, which is uniting the world. This is Shabbat, Zachar and Nekeva. It's Shama v'Zachor b'dibur echad. Everything becomes one. It's going back to Adam. So, just wanted to give you a few ideas. Interestingly, as we see the building of the Jewish people, everything is about how to use the bracha. We say, why is the Bereshit start with bet? Because of bracha. And the whole challenge is who is going to get the bracha, who is going to become the male on earth and give the bracha, who is going to receive, who is going to be female enough to receive, humble enough to receive, and then pass down and start being giving. So you have to be male, female to pass down the bracha. You have to be like a sphere. I receive the bracha and then I pass it down. And so who was going to do that? The first one that came was able to do that was Avraham and Sarah. And even Avraham and Sarah, when you see there's a whole back and forth about their relationship. Then it's with Yaakov and Rachel and Leah. Yitzchak and Rivka, they were already very perfect, very. So there was not much to say because they were really. It was almost like a perfect marriage. And therefore, there's not much to learn from a perfect marriage, meaning we want to learn how to fix an imperfect marriage, how to create balance. And also that's Yaakov, Rachel, and Leah. And then we have all the other stories that came out throughout Tanakh, and with David HaMelech, of course, and Bathsheba, and all that. So, and Shlomo HaMelech, which is Shalom, which is the middle part, the balance, he was trying to unite all the women to him, to Israel, all nations to Israel, male, female, because Israel represents the male in Or Lagoim, the light into the nation. That's on the microcosm, on macro level. Macro, yeah. So it's really what we're here for. We're here to learn how to be a real man, and to learn how to be a real woman. And the man has to understand that in himself he has female. There's part of him that is female. He has to accept the help, and he has to accept the gift, and he has to accept to receive. He has to accept that he's dependent on God. He has to kill his ego, not completely, but enough that he can be balanced with the female and respect and admire the female. And then the female needs to, the woman needs to embrace the male part of her that she's here to give. It has been so disrespected until now that she doesn't know. I'm speaking in general in society. The woman doesn't know how to give else than her body or her children. Now the woman can create fruits. It's the body and the babies, that's just a symbol, but it's about what you're gonna give back, what creativity you're gonna give with the seed you receive, right? And learning to be, that you can be a giver. You are independent also. You have part of you that is male, and embrace that male part. So this is what I want to share. The secret, I think, one of the many secrets of Bereshit, one of the secrets of what we're created, getting married with God, creating a real harmony between two worlds, a harmony, a unity between two powers, male and female, and that's where it's all up to. So that's why we start the Jewish day with night, because now we're trying to fix that female thing that we have disrespected, misunderstood, disregarded for so long. Deal with the female, deal with the night, deal with exile, deal with the process, deal with humility, deal with the woman, learn how to love her, give her what she needs, be a real man, and understand her. Be more emotional. Again, it's internal, but it's external, but internal too. Be more emotional. If you're a man, be more emotional, be more sensitive, be more spiritual, be more feminine, be more communicative. A man has to learn to be more woman, and the woman has to learn to be more man, without getting lost in the identity. That's the challenge. And I don't think I need to say more. I think everybody understands that we live in a world today that challenge is very real. And God willing, the powers of light and darkness will unite to transform everything into light, and there will be back to Adam Harishon in Gan Eden, man when he was male and female. There was no separation. It was all one. My soul was united with my body, and my spiritual with my physical, and there was not one dominating one more than the other, and we will be eventually able, one will elevate the other, which is really what we're trying to reach. We say, the Ramchal says, we're gonna choose from the Eitz HaChaim, eat from the Eitz HaChaim, choose the spiritual with our female, right? Seduce our female to embrace the male, and meaning seduce the body to embrace the spiritual, and we'll be transformed. We're gonna be elevated. And the key to all that, character traits, the sfirot, on the right, left sfirot, and we have to bring them in the middle. Your character traits, the sfirot are the character traits, the middle, the sfirot. So we have to work on our character traits. This is the key. The mitzvot, 613 mitzvot, which correspond to the 10 commandments, are really to help us to work on our 10 character, 10 midot. We do it during Ushpizin, we're doing during the Sfiras HaOmer. We need to work on our character traits more than ever in history, and learn to be balanced, to learn to be loving, to learn to be humble. Everything that brings us back to the middle, to bring us to the middle of having male, female, the male midos and female midos. And by having pure character traits and being a good person, you become a good spouse, a good balance in the world, a good harmony. So God willing, may we all be able to work on ourselves and learn to create a real balance within ourselves and in the world. Baruch Adonai L'olam, Amen, Amen.